Happy Sunday, everyone. Yo, it was a huge weekend, especially here in Montreal. I actually got to go to Metallica, man. Yes, Metallica's playing 2 nights in Montreal. They played Friday, and they're probably on stage right now, man. So I'm a little heartbroken, but it's okay because we have a special guest to take care of that. So guys, thank you all for hanging out tonight. Before we bring him on, I just want to give you guys a little reminder here. So next week, check this out. Matt Forge from the Pressable Defects is going to be coming to hang out. Don't forget, sub up, let everybody know, and come and hang out next Sunday, baby. So that being said, we're not going to keep the man backstage for too long because, well, I'll be honest with you guys. We were hanging out backstage, getting into little chats, and we almost forgot it was showtime. So let's bring him in, guys, from Comics and Chaos. And of course, if you're not already following him on Instagram, go check him out. One True NerdKing. Here he is, guys. Phil's in the house. How's it going, buddy?
How's it going, BC? How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. You?
Oh, dude, I am so tired. I went for a hike today. I did a bunch of like walking up the stairs to get to my little office, my little personal nerd cave up here.
Yeah.
Each step I was just like, God, it feels like leg day. It feels like leg day. It feels like every single one was burning. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother going downstairs. Like, this is it. I'm up for the night. So, however long this goes, I'm in because I sure can't go back downstairs.
Yeah, no, forget walking. I do it. I feel you. I'm 33, and like just carrying my kids up the stairs. It ruins me.
Mine's 16 now, so I don't really get. I don't have a good excuse for doing that. Morris now is just like, go upstairs.
Yeah. But dude, I just want to say first off, thank you so much for coming to hang out tonight. It means a lot. Lefteros definitely made this happen, so shout out to him.
What a good dude. What a good dude.
He
is. He's like that strange reoccurring rash on my butt. You just can't, you lose track of him for a little while, but he's always there. So I've had the pleasure of knowing him for a little while before, but especially in our relationship with Cover Price for a long period of time. I was working like social media manager. He's obviously doing the FOC and the pre-orders, and he's been doing a lot of stuff with them as well. So we would always be chatting back and forth and ideating, and
yeah, man.
What a good dude.
Yes.
I'm looking at.
And speaking of Lefteros, obviously tonight we're going to go through some of his FOC picks of the week, and of course we're going to go through the market report. And I don't know if you've kept an eye out. You said Cover Price. There's been some interesting sales that took place, right?
There's always some interesting sales, but yes, there has been this week too.
And of course, hot topics, man. There's been a few hot topics, rumors. I feel like the Deadpool rumors never end.
I feel like the Deadpool rumors never end. The Fantastic forecasting never ends. Who's going to be in Loki season 2? I'm right now. I am of the mindset of I listen to everything, but we all survived WandaVision and the Mephisto, and the Omega Red and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and everything. So for me, I'm just like, anything showing up in Loki, I'm not taking it. So I'm just kind of like, we'll see.
Going expecting absolutely nobody, but all right, man. So we're gonna get into it. Gonna obviously give a shout out to the chat. The chat's been here. Swagahas came in pretty early to get that first comment in, and I appreciate him. If you guys didn't yet, go catch the replay. He was on last week, and we had a great time discussing tons of stuff. And of course, guys, we got to play it just because it's so much fire.
Because when I say my print run is limited, I actually mean it.
Burning comics with style, man. Did you see
what
that?
A dude. What a dude. I tell you what. Yeah, I'm looking for my copy. I know it's right up here. I'm trying to find like, oh yeah, I got my copy right there. But yeah. No, freaking good dude.
Absolutely. But shout out to Swagahas, man. Greatly appreciate him. We do not give out medals here, but we do give out blue wrenches. So congrats, Swag. Top 3 comments get some wrenches, and he just got himself one. Michael Baker. Yeah, I heard this is where the cool kids hang out on Sunday nights. Well, yeah, I guess
they invited me though, so it's not totally cool. It's everybody else's. I'm looking at the chat. It's cool but If I'm a guest, you got to really question that statement.
Stop. But all right, man, let's move on. We got Comic Chic in the house, man. Obviously from Radiant Black Podcast. If you guys aren't already, go give them a follow. Go check them out on YouTube and on Instagram. Always posting great information with everything Massiverse related. And then, of course, this guy, Newbie Comics, is in the house, man. Appreciate him being here. Newbie and myself and Rocksteady will be going live on Newbie's channel, which has been on hiatus for a couple weeks. Ooh. This Tuesday, yes, 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Definitely come check us out.
That's a very specific time, too.
It is 9:40.
9:40. Not 9:41, not 9:39,
9:40. Exactly. Comic Kingpin's in the house, man. FaceTime Comics. I know you're behind this one tonight, so appreciate you being here, bro. It means a lot. Constantino is in the house as well. What's up, boys? Appreciate him. He's out west in Canada, so I know it's a little earlier for you. So cheers to you, bro.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Nemesis Prime, I will take home the Ruby trophy, bro. You already got my heart. You don't need any more, but appreciate you being here. If you guys aren't yet, go check out the Comic-Con podcast. Always putting out some great stuff every Friday. Who else we got here? I'm going to scroll down. Oh, yo, Paul's in the house, man. Paul in the 619. If you guys haven't yet, Spine Ticks. Yeah, man. Spine Ticks put out a cool show last night, man. And they were bringing the heat with the books, man. Sith Lordly from Spine Ticks has me convinced I need to go visit Mario World. Did you see that? The Super Mario World?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. 100%. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I gotta go. Like I'm gonna use the excuse I'm gonna take my kids, but it's totally for me.
Every good trip is. As a parent, that's just the main rule now.
Yeah. Another person on Spine Ticks last night was Dan Delatorre. Yes, Dan Delatorre is back, and I appreciate you being here, bro. And it was nice seeing you back on Spine Ticks last night. We got Nasha Venom in the house. Nasha Venom, another local boy, man. I think he's starting a little something too on YouTube. I saw him send me a link, and he's like, hey, what do you think? So keep an eye out, guys. The man's going to be dropping some info. I spoke Spine Ticks. Here they are. Yeah, buddy. Sith Lordly's in the house. Sith. There you go. Evening. Appreciate you being here. And, of course, like I said, go check out the replay from last night. They were dropping some fun content last night. Comic Nation US. Phil, I got to ask you, is this where you're getting your pre-orders from? There's only one right answer. Only one right answer.
There's only one right answer, and there's only one left or two, technically, in this chat. This is the split personality.
Exposed.
No, yeah, I'm still working on my FOC with my local LCS as of right now, but it's pretty limited. So, Lefty will probably be hearing from me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Uncanny Swag again, another member from the Spine Ticks. Spine Ticks, keep crushing it, man, and I appreciate you being here, bro. Who else we got here? We got Win in the house, man. What's happening, Win? Thank you for being here. I think we got everybody. No, we didn't. We're gonna keep it rolling. So we got Star Trek 101 Spock, man. Appreciate you being. I can't do it. I think I did okay. But yeah, dude, appreciate you. I think you just recently hit this channel because I haven't seen you in the chat. So greatly appreciate you being here and subbing up, man. It means a lot. All right. I think now it's safe to say we got everybody. So scroll to the chat. Hyper's in the house. Hyper, appreciate you being here. Marissa's in the house. What's up, baby? Yes, that's my lady. But appreciate you being here. She hears me in the other room.
She's just down in the other room. She's like, I know exactly where we're at right now.
Exactly. Right? She's like, this guy doesn't stop talking so loud. Roger's in the house, man. Roger, I thought BC was the One True NerdKing. Nope, apparently not. Well,
I mean, if it's the number one, sure. I'm spelled. Mine's alphabetic. So.
I'll use the number one for next week. Phil's Treehouse. Yo, Phil, appreciate you being here as well, dude. All right, I think we got everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize, but we have a big show ahead, so let's get into it. Phil,
absolutely.
We're going to kick it off with some of those FOC picks of the week. So I got to ask you, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, guys. FOC picks of the week are selected by Lefteros. And of course, you can go and visit his Instagram handle and you will find all of his selections every week. Now, don't forget to go and visit comicnation.us for your FOC. We are still in time, so you can get those orders in. And if you enter the discount code Blakk Crown, you'll get an additional 5%, totaling your discount to 20% discount off of cover price. So there you go. That's a big saving. Good saving. Yeah. I don't know if we should promote free bags and boards, but yeah, those are always included. But all right, man. Pick number 1, Usagi Yojimbo, Ice and Snow number 1. I think this is a great pick, Leftero, simply because I love Scotty Young. This is a great cover. Now, are you picking this one up, or is this
I am a Scotty Young fan. I actually have at my LCS every Scotty Young cover that comes out. I get a copy of. It's in my pull. So yeah, I'll have this. Am I a Usagi Yojimbo fan? I mean, I've read a few. It's definitely a great book. It's just not been one that I've kept up with. So this would be a cover pick for me as a Scotty Young fan. But I'll probably end up cracking it open.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Quick shout out, Comic Codex is in the house, bro. Appreciate you being here. Miss you, and I hope to see you. I know he's my cousin, so I got to see you very soon. There's no other way.
Holidays are coming, right? So I mean, worst case,
yeah, holidays. Lady Fantastic's in the house. Lady Fantastic, always happy to see you here in the chat, and I look forward to seeing you on the hunt in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, there you go. Steph's Comics. Yo, Steph was also at Metallica. I didn't get a chance to hang out with him in Montreal, but yeah, man, I'm surprised he's not there tonight. Maybe he's even messaging from the show. Who knows?
You never know.
You never know. And Pacino collects, of course. Pacino, I got my Obsidian Flames. I know it just dropped. We got all of those cards. Pokemon, yes. I'm falling down another rabbit hole, Phil. It's not looking good.
I've been able to avoid Pokemon, but to the tune of the fact I've got the first appearances, a number of those, but the cards, yeah, I've got the manga, but not the cards. So I've been safe in that area.
There you go. But all right, let's get to this book here, man. This is the big one. I think it's an awesome book to be grabbing off FOC, but it's Batman Day 2023, Batman 608. This is the foil special edition. Now, it's funny because Previews World had a different image, and I'll just go to the next book to show you. It's this image they have up there. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but this is the actual cover. If you go to Lunar Distribution, this is the one it shows. So I think this is a great grab. I would love to get the 608 second print. It's up there in coin, man. It's up there in coin, but I think this is a good
book, but it's also foil number 1. I'm a 90s kid, so foil, chromiums, all the crap like that. That's just nostalgia bait to a person like myself. Obviously, it's Jim Lee. So yeah, I am 100% there for it. This is a cover. This is a book I will 100% be picking up. I mean, Jim's one of the greatest there is. So yeah, 100%.
Amen. And I'm curious to see if this one's gonna pop afterwards. I don't think so. We've seen Hulk 181 and so forth with the foils, so they've done okay. But I just think it's a neat grab.
To me, it's just the beauty of the book in the picture itself. To me, this is 100% a gorgeous wall book kind of scenario. I'm not even a Batman guy. I'm not. I think prep time's bullshit. So yeah. I think every single time somebody says "but prep time," I want to choke them. But it's not a superpower, man. But yeah, I do love this cover. Respect Batman in the character in which he is. Definitely the best rogues gallery in comics, but this is a Jim Lee cover for me, and so that's I get a lot of books just also because of their art and the artist involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of those gets.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, I'm totally grabbing. I got multiple copies. I think I got 2 or 3 on pre-order simply because I want to make sure I get a nice 9/8. I think this is the closest I'll get to the second print for quite some time.
Same.
Just before we move forward, I just want to say a quick shout out to K-Pop Junkie. Appreciate her being here. She just wrapped up her show right before mine, so definitely go catch her on the replay. Sub up, show some love, and I will kick your ass in Mario Kart in T-minus an hour and a half. Okay.
Whoa.
Shots fired.
Fighting words. Fighting words.
Tim, we can't start over, but hop on board, baby. This train's rolling. Appreciate you being here, dude. All right, so let's move on from this one. Like I said, now we've got Batman Gargoyle of Gotham #1. This is the noir edition. Dude, this is a beautiful, beautiful grandpa cover, and the first issue printed in black and white with a unique cover. Exactly. So I think this is an automatic grab. I'm picking this up. I hope it's going to be a great read. I think it's a short, like a limited series. So yeah.
I don't know. There's like 500 different Batman series going on right now. So, I mean, it could be, it might not be, maybe, it might be rebringing it, but yeah, we'll see on this one for me. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. If you guys can talk me into it, I'll get it, but I'm probably going to pass on this one. I'm just not a Batman guy, man. I love DC. I do, but I love like the thousands of other characters that they have. I feel like Batman has 8 runs going right now, and everybody else has ones that they're sharing. So, I'm interested to see that.
So Lefteros are dropping some info saying this is a classic in the making. Buy it, Phil. There you go. He's forcing your hand.
There we go.
Oh man, the girls are teaming up on me for Mario Kart. Look at this. This is brutal. But all right, let's move on from this one. Superman 6. So to be honest with you, I'm not even reading the Superman right now. But first appearance of the Chained, and this is an acetate cover, which I hope we don't get any acetate.
Dirty words. Problem. Just a year out from Chicago, bro. What the hell, Left?
Too soon.
Dude, too soon.
I'm curious to see what the acetate's going to be like when you flip the.
I don't even want to know. I'm just going to stay away from it, dude. I was there. I remember. I don't need to. No, I don't. I have PTSD from that entire scenario. So I am quite okay staying away from anything that says the acetate word in it.
There you go.
Yeah. Just hopefully it's all pre-screened by CGC too, right? Every single book pre-screened by CGC. Let's see.
There you go. But all right, man. So moving on from this one. Now this is interesting. We're getting Alligator Loki #1, first appearance of Alligator Loki in comic. Written by Alyssa Wong. If that name sounds familiar, yes. See, look, Phil's holding it up. I see some love there. Show it again.
Yeah, that's right, folks. That's right. Alligator Loki, right there, bro.
Was it bought like that, or did you find the helmet and strapped it on?
It was bought like this. 100%. Cool. Yeah. I didn't have a little alligator, crocodile, croaky kind of thing until that came out. And my daughter, she will cosplay as Sylvie sometimes, and she'll have this little guy on her shoulder when she does it. So yeah. This was a quick raid of her. As soon as I was looking at the covers, I'm like, oh, #1, we're definitely getting that cover in our house. But #2, I better go Greg Croaky. So yeah.
So I take it your daughter's a huge fan. You got to pick this up. You absolutely got to pick these up.
Oh yeah, 100%. That is one book that will be that, and the next one of I think one of the other covers of it 100% will be in my home. 100%.
Well, funny you mentioned that, because a little shortly we will see another cover. But before we get to that, Incredible Hulk #4, likely gonna have a first appearance of Swamp Siren. So check that out. Now, I don't know if you're reading Incredible Hulk at all right now. Easily one of my favorite reads coming out of Marvel. It's come out the gate very strong. I highly recommend it as well. So I agree with Lefteros. Phil, you picking this up? You reading it?
I am not reading it, and I'm sorry, I'm not picking it up. I'm cool character. We'll see. I spend most of my time on indies when it comes to new comics. So Marvel and DC are something, if I'm picking it up, it's really for the covers. I'm not a huge spec person, but I will once in a while get into it. Yeah. But right now, for me, in my mind, I'd rather see how it plays out, and then I'll check it out on the app. I'll get the trade. I'll look at it like that. So I'll wait for friends like you to be like, oh my God, this last run's been absolutely fire. When I hear something like that, I'll be like, all right, I'll go pick up the trade.
Do it.
But yeah, that's where I'm that lame guy. I'm that lame guy that reads more indies. So yeah, that's me.
Hey, nothing wrong with indies, but look, Comic Codex saying the Hulk run is fantastic. Get it. Comic Kingpin's face saying getting back to monsters was a good decision for Hulk, and I agree 1000%. Totally 180 off of the Kate's run, and I think this is definitely necessary and way better. So I'm pumped. I'm loving it.
Awesome.
Yep. All right, moving on from this, we've got Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi #1. We're gonna have the first appearance of Reva, the third sister. Seriously, I think this one's a pass for me. I don't care too much for it.
I love Star Wars. I do. I really don't give a rip about Reva. You know, the show was cool. Reva, I think, is an interesting character, but as far as this particular series goes, if I get it, it was because everything Star Wars is on my pull list.
Yeah.
So you know, it's kind of like one of those things where my LCS Star Wars is gonna be like, oh yeah, it's Star Wars, just put it in Phil's pile. And all of a sudden I'll get up to the checkout, I'll be like, oh shit. Well, okay, yep, nope, I got it. I'm here. But
there you go.
It's I you know, I'm not smitten with the character. I'm not overwhelmed by the need to pick this one up. But if I get it, it would be because of a pull list.
There you go. Well,
just being honest.
That's totally fine, man. No right or wrong answers here. So let's move on from this one. Now, some honorable mentions here. You've got Death of Venomverse #4, and this is the design variant featuring Necroco. I think it's awesome. I'm loving the character from what we got so far. Pretty neat. And of course, we spoke Alligator Loki. Here you got a Scotty Young. You said you like Scotty Young, your daughter. I think this is just a perfect.
Oh, that's one that's 100% good. That one's just because they're pulling every Scotty Young cover for me. This would be the one I'd fight my daughter for.
100%.
But I think she'd be okay with the other one though too. So this will probably have to have 2 copies. You're right.
Yep.
There's that's jail time.
Yeah.
So you know she's still a minor. I can't. You know.
Yeah, they're gonna call Child Protective Services.
CPS on the way already.
Yep. But that's pretty much the picks from Lefteros. And of course, guys, support Lefteros by following Comic Nation US on Instagram and go visit comicnation.us. Get your FOC orders in. The deadline is tomorrow, so you can check out using that discount code Blakk Crown for an additional 5%. That totals your discount to 20%. They've already got 15% discount on cover price. So use that extra 5 and walk away with a little extra change, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
All right. Not bad, Phil. Not bad. We made it through FOC.
Yes, we did. And there's going to be quite a few that I'm getting in there, mostly for the art. But yes, I'm very interested. I think my highlight will be the Jim Lee foil, and runner-up is going to be my Crocodile Loki Crocodile, whichever way they're running it. I still call him Croaky, but that's just me. So you know, that's where I'm going with it.
All right, man. So before we move forward with the next segment, just want to give a quick shout out to Ferdbird. He's in the house. He dropped a great show this afternoon, so go check it out. If you guys aren't already subbed up, definitely do so. All right, it's that time for market report, and like I told you, there's been some fun moves, man, and I cannot wait to cover it. So I got to ask you, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, now market report, obviously using the sources of CBSI, cover price, eBay, Go Collect. Yes, we use all 4 of them to get all this information, but cover price definitely being, yes, exactly. There's the cap. One of the main sources. So I'm sure you got the emails, you're subscribed, you've seen some of the moves, but some of them were a little more interesting than others. And I do want to mention that tonight's list is going to feature one that's on no lists. That's right. It's on no lists. We have somebody from the chat who actually DM'd me and was like, bro, we got a 9/8 sale. So keep an eye out for that one. I'm pumped to talk about it. So let's get into it. First book, obviously coming in at #1 on cover price, was Captain America 7. Myself and Swagglehaz spoke about the second print last week, which made the CBSI list at #4. And now we see the first print at #1 on cover price this week. So first team appearance of the Daughters of Liberty with MCU rumors. Obviously, this book has made a significant amount of sales on the secondary market. Raw copies going for $20 to $30. That's Canadian.
Whew.
Yeah. This is a rather recent series too, right? This dropped not too long ago. So
Yeah,
what's your
no.
thoughts on this?
I'm, this is where we get into the what's up, Raging Cajun. This is where we get into the whole the rumor side of it. I've been trying my best to just like la 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 la, some of the rumors. I feel like sometimes I've gotten a little too burned by it.
Yep.
But I am interested. I am interested to see where this may be in another 2 to 3 weeks. But it's kind of crazy, and that's something that Left really brings up well. There is the MCU is running very close to the more modern comics.
Yep.
And I feel like sometimes from a speculation, that's where it gets the most wild, right? The most wild things happen there. And if we're talking about the Swaggle scale, if we're talking about other things to that nature,
Yeah.
that's where it gets a little bit more volatile, a little bit more dangerous. And so for me, it's definitely one I would wait myself. I'm waiting myself on, just because it's not in my wheelhouse. I'm not a Captain America fan. Kind of boring. But that's to just me myself. But in this case, though, I do see the heat. I have heard the rumors. It will be interesting, but I'm a little lackadaisical about anything this modern when it comes to being anything above 10 to 15 bucks.
Yeah.
So that's just me, though. If I could find it though for $10, I'd probably grab one. If
Yeah.
I could find a gorgeous copy, and probably even you guys could probably even still find these in dollar bins more than likely.
Yeah.
You never know. So yeah, I would in that route, but otherwise, man, 2030 raw. I don't know if I'd be paying that right now.
Yeah, no, and dude, you're totally spot on, because not all shops are obviously keeping up to date with what's trending on these lists, and we do find some deals out there. But Phil's Treehouse has a question, and Phil, is there a new Cap #1 in a month or two? Yes, in fact, it actually just passed FOC, I believe, last week. So Captain America 1 is going to be making its release very soon. All right, man, so let's move on from this one. Here's a fun one. So a lot of people started speculating once we got the trailer from Loki. That's right, season 2 is coming very shortly, October 6th. The Mighty Thor 319. This is the direct copy. We got the first appearance of Zaniac, and raw near mint copies were going for $40, 19 cents Canadian. This sale happened on August 7th, 2023, and a CGC 98, dude, sold for $402.54 Canadian. This one came in at number 2 on cover price. Crazy price, man, for such
That
a
is
scarce
crazy.
villain. Yeah, man.
But at the same time, too, it's at least an older book,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So I would feel a little bit like, still having it at 9.8 is still pretty awesome in general,
Of
my
course.
mind, right? Especially those Thor covers with the white backgrounds, things of that nature. Those things can look so dirty. They can show so many different things. So for me, seeing that in a 9.8, that is a gorgeous book to begin with a little bit of heat behind it right now.
Yep.
I mean, we'll see. Well, again, the rumors, we'll see. But this is one, though, that I can appreciate. I don't know if I'd be able to spend the amount that it recently went for in a 9.8. But like I said, though, not what I said. Like a lot of people say, it only takes one person to set the high, but anybody can set the low.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it at a steal. So, in my mind, great grab, but wow.
Yeah, no, impressive sale. What it kind of reminded me of, speculation wise, is how, example, I don't know if you remember, we had gotten the trailer for She-Hulk, and behind there was like some Ghost Rider poster or something, and people were going bananas. And this is pretty much the same thing. We got Zaniac, right? So let's see how this plays out. I don't imagine the character is going to be a huge character within the season. So cool to see a 9.8. Of course, I agree 100%. I think that's obviously a great grade. It doesn't get, well, it could get better, but I don't think any book from that time is gonna get better. But for $402.54, I might pass on that one.
Yeah, that's a bit steep for me. And honestly, right now, speculating on the MCU is kind of ridiculous. It is so big. It is so expansive. There are so many of those things. Ozzy, what's up, homie?
Yeah, buddy.
You know, for me, in my mind, it's you know, especially I think Loki, the first season, was one of the best things Disney Plus did outside of their specials. I try not to count that because those things are gorgeous, amazing pieces in and of themselves. Werewolf by Night is probably the best thing I've seen them do on Disney Plus. But close second to me is Loki. And so the second season I have a lot of hope for, but after all the other stuff I've had to ingest over the last year between these things, I get worried. So some of them have been fantastic, and then all of a sudden they just don't stick the landing. Some of them have been inconsistent out of the gate, but I can say that aside from the third episode of Loki, it was pretty consistent the entire time.
It was good. It was
the third episode when they were stuck on the planet. I remember just most of my time wanting to blow my brains out. I'm like, oh my God, did they just screw up the entire series? This is the worst episode I've ever. So boring, so long. We're just stuck on this planet. Then all of a sudden, just took off from there, and it was amazing. But yeah, I could not pay that kind of money for a background blur kind of, you know,
villain.
Yeah, especially as one unremarkable as this one in the series. Like, who was ever talking about this character?
Taser face.
Ever before. Taser face.
Yeah,
exactly.
But all right, man, let's move on from Zaniac. Now, here's a fun one. So there was rumors literally as I was on stream with Swag last week. I was getting blown up in the DMs and stuff. People were saying that Cassandra Nova is now rumored as well to also be within Deadpool 3. So like I said, the Deadpool 3 rumors just keep going and going. So new X-Men 114 came in at number 9 on cover price and a raw near mint copies selling for 30 Canadian. But check this, a CGC 98 sold for $125 US on August 7th, 2023. Cassandra Nova, dude, I could definitely see this playing out. I think it's a great character. But, you know, rumors also that she might be part of the TVA. Who knows?
Yes, who knows? And in all honesty, there's going to be so many different characters in Deadpool 3. So this to me is Spider-Verse 2. Like, oh my God, I saw 85 different spiders. I am going out and I am buying all 85 different spiders. To me, this is Deadpool 3 is going to be exactly that. Wash by, whoosh. They're not going to spend time on a lot of these guys. So for me, in my mind, Cassandra Nova, if we get to Deadpool 8 by that time, maybe she gets more than 30 seconds of screen time. I'll be surprised. But for me, in my mind, all the rumors around Deadpool 3, and that's just it to me. This is Spider-Man. You know, everybody. There's a shadow down here, and we know that that's going to be Tobey Maguire, and this is going to be Andrew Garfield. You know, it's kind of like we are dissecting that movie because now with the delays and everything else, everybody's taking every single little piece that they can and being hopeful for it. Because I think that that's probably one of the things we have to look forward to the most in the MCU. But I really feel like the Deadpool 3 is Into the Spider-Verse rumors all over again, seeing 100 different spiders. They're all going to be bigger and better than anyone else. And so for me, this is a pass. But I get it. Some people are into it, but this is a pass for me.
Yeah. I personally think of all the rumors, maybe Cassandra Nova's got a little more potential within Deadpool 3. I could see it story-wise playing out, but very interesting to see how quickly in a week's time this one made the top 10 list on cover price and came in at number 9. So let's move on from this one. Check this. X-Men Annual 14. Again, more rumors. That's right. This ties into Deadpool once again. But first appearance of Gambit. Hey, listen, whatever side.
Second appearance or what?
Or cameo. Whatever side you stand on, this book is definitely getting some love. So, near mint face market value is at approximately $22 USD. And you got CGC 98 selling for $225 USD. Pretty impressive for such a book that got no love for quite some time. Came in at number 14 as a runner-up on cover price.
No, Gambit's 100%. He's and I'm hoping that with the new X-Men cartoon coming, we're gonna get some more heat behind Gambit. Anyways, I think this is a good book. I do believe personally it's the first appearance of Gambit. I don't believe in cameos, but whatever. I'm not CGC. I apologize. I'm that a-hole. I'm the 180 guy. No, the cover's not as cool, but it's still whatever. But in this case, yes, I believe this is a smart get. And even if it's for the second most wanted Gambit book, that's still going to have a lot of legs in the future of any Marvel projects. Gambit's not going anywhere. Gambit's only going to become more prevalent in the MCU as well as the X-Men coming out. So yeah, I think that this makes sense to me.
I agree.
This makes sense.
I agree, man. I think it's a great buy. For the longest time, it's been an even better buy, and I definitely been scooping them up. Now that the price is up, yeah, I'll let them go. I'll let them go. But I'm still holding mine. I'm still holding mine because I cannot afford that X-Men 266. But all right, man. Let's move on from this one. Interesting one made the list here. Strange Academy, the Miles Morales book that dropped, and this is the 1-25 ratio. We got the first appearance of Dr. Equation. Raw copies are selling from 30 to 40 Canadian, which is not too bad considering. And this one came in at number 15 on cover price simply because plenty copies sold, man. So clearly people have faith in this character.
And Strange Academy, I'm a Strange Academy fan. I hope for I feel like as far as the most recently created editions in Marvel Comics, that Strange Academy has the most legs and has the most potential in general. So for me, I'm a big fan. But in this case, I think it's just awesome having Miles in it. I'm a Miles fan. Yes, I do love Peter Parker too, but I just find Miles to be a bit more dynamic, a bit more fun. I'm tired of Peter Parker.
Everybody.
It's just
everybody.
It's been a great run with Peter. I understand there's going to be some people in here, not my Spider-Man, but whatever. It doesn't have to be. We've all had that Spider-Man for like 80 years. Let's enjoy somebody else right now. And I love Miles. I love the dynamic. I love the interest he brings, and seeing him in a Strange Academy concept. I have not seen this book until now, and I need this book. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
She up with the blasphemy. Yeah, dude, I agree with everything you said. Now again, this villain speculation based on this book kind of reminds me a lot like Gaslamp when he made his appearance within the Strange Academy run. So we'll see how this plays out, but very interesting to see it made number 15 on cover price. Now, the next book, this one is another one. We spoke about the news last week that now Capwolf's making a return with the Howling Commandos, and clearly people flock to this book right away, and it's a banger of a cover, man. I think this is a beautiful book, but first appearance of Capwolf, if you will. This is where Captain America does turn into a wolf. Near mint face market value, 11 USD. Pretty good, still pretty good. CGC 94. $167.72 Canadian on August 6, 2023. And this one wrapped up the runner-up list at number 20 on cover price. Dude, I love this cover. I love it.
No, it's a dope cover. I love the way it's blacked out in the background. It gives me a lot of the Moon Knight vibe. 100%. And Michael Baker does say, if you're a 180 guy, does that mean you're also an ASM 299 guy? Yes, I hate ASM 300. I think it is the most overplayed cover in comic history. I want to see them all burn as of right now. So yeah, I am not a 300 guy. So yeah, just saying it. I am here for the controversy and the hate. It's all right. I don't mind.
Michael Baker dropping some knowledge. There's a 9/8 of this cap 405 on eBay right now, listed at $299. That's USD, right? Because Baker's out in the States, so that's some good change. Good change right there for this book. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Lots of things get listed on eBay for some interesting prices sometimes. So we'll see what they take in the DMs.
All right, Mr. Nerd King. Now check this, okay? Obviously, the top 10, top 20 list is always fun to cover, but I really enjoy seeing those runner-ups, those shakers, if we shall call them, right?
Mhm.
Because that's what they call them. So here we go. Nintendo Power 38, bro. This is a cool book. In fact, Street Fighter 2, the reason why I wrote Street Fighter 2 is because this was the book that showcased the Street Fighter 2 coming to consoles, and this
Mhm.
game was the first game of Street Fighter to hit consoles. I think this is a great book to have. Video game books definitely kicking ass in 2023. CGC 98 sold for $3,720 US, man. That's big coin.
Guile is my man, dude. That sonic boom every single
Yeah.
time, just like
Yep.
yeah, shit, knocked over stuff. Yeah, no, I love Street Fighter. I love the Nintendo powers. So this is 100% for me, 100%.
Yep. Just want to highlight Tim's question here. How long did Cap Wolf last? It wasn't very long, man. It was super short.
It was good because I wasn't familiar with him at all until I saw it on the top. So
Yeah.
it was just like, holy that happened. But
Yep.
again, I'm not a Captain America guy, so for me it was kind of like, oh, cool.
Yep.
Maybe Captain America's cooler than I thought. So
Chiapet's calling me out, saying he's shocked that I found a video game book. Of course, I will always highlight them while they're so hot because I absolutely love it. Video games, comics, perfect mesh for me. But
absolutely.
speaking video game books, dude, another one. Check this, Game Boy #1. And shout out to Newbie Comics. I know he's probably here in the chat or had to step out, but regardless, he actually sold me a copy of this Game Boy #1 in a very good grade. Yes, he did. And
no shit, that's dope.
he sold it for dirt cheap too. So props to him. Thank you so much. Now CGC 85, which I know the book will surpass an 85 if I grade it. 320.
So that dirt cheap just became a dirty word. All of a sudden he's just looking like, God damn it.
Yeah.
He's just like, damn it, BC.
Yeah. We're gonna lose one viewer if he's still here. By the time I finish
all of a sudden, log off.
But CGC 85 sold for $325 US. Again, making the cover price shaker list for this week. And dude, this is just a cool cover.
Oh yeah, and God bless Valiant, dude. That's 90s AF. The only thing more 90s than Valiant is Image. I remember my Magnus Robot Fighters versus Predator. That was like one of my favorite books back then. And so this is dope though. This is dope. I love that. I have not seen that price on this book. I need to go find a copy. 100%.
So Winsing Newbie's definitely kicking himself right now. Absolutely. He sold it to me for $30 Canadian. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yep. But all right, let's move on from this one. Now, this is the Baker Shaker. I'm calling it that because Michael Baker DM'd me and we were talking some of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives the same weekend that they dropped because the aftermarket was definitely going bananas. So this Transformers #1 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive is an ash can of Transformers #1 that is going to be dropping very soon this year. CGC 98 copy finally sold. So our first copy sale, $960 USD. That is some crazy coin for this. And yes, it's a Baker Shaker, baby.
I would have rather put that money towards the actual transforming Optimus Prime and having that on my desk right now, dude.
I saw that.
Dude, I would that and Grimlock. Sorry, this is cool. This is very, very new, very modern, and I love Transformers. I'm interested in the new shared universe, 100%. But God, get me those toys. Those transforming robot. Yep, I think it was Robocen. 100%. I want both.
It's
100%.
so,
Grimlock, yes, absolute fire.
It's so funny that you start mentioning toys, and this man right here, Steve, man, hip hop and me from Team Nerd Herd pops in. This guy always doing some great content related to toys and stuff like that with Team Nerd Herd on Nearing Nerdvana's channel, so definitely go check them out. But yeah, man, San Diego Comic-Con, dude, those books exploded, especially Raw. This one, it's an ash can. People definitely seek out ash cans. Now, Transformers 1, I could understand why people would want to be keeping an eye out for this one, want this in their PC. But to see a 9/8 sale at $960 US is bananas, man.
Bananas.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Bananas,
Exactly.
bro.
So
So
there you
yeah,
have it, man. We got a Baker Shaker for sale, so I'm curious to see how this holds in the secondary market now.
get me a Transformers versus a Gundam. That's something I want to see. I like that. I like that.
Yep, yep. All right, man. So, speaking Baker, I know he's a huge Spawn fan, and Spawn fans are the probably most hardcore, diehard. And we've got Spawn 221, the black and white variant. Now, check this. Spawn during this time within the 200s and so forth were dropping some great homage covers, and I, obviously being a Spider-Man guy, love this one. AF-15 is my dream book. But check this, okay? 9/8 sale of this book sold for 1,100 USD, and there's only 65 9/8s on census. 27 of those are signature series. So this made the cover price shaker list of the week, and I think that is a big sale right there.
Wow, that is
Yep.
an insane sale.
Yep.
I mean, but at the same time, it's number one, it's McFarland, and Todd Father can, as far as characters go, this is Pentultimate. Probably the biggest character creation from the 90s outside of Deadpool in current, comic collecting lore, in my opinion, right now. So yeah, there's people there's symbiote people, right? There's the symbiote people that are 100% anything symbiote. You see it posted, and Spawn has the same kind of cult. This is the cult of Spawn. But this cover is absolutely amazing. I love this cover. If I had $1,100, I don't know if I'd pay that much for it, but damn, if I could get my hands on it, I would be happy. That's that's a baller cover, dude. Baller cover.
Badass. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
CGC 9/8 sold for 1,100 US, so it's pretty impressive. Now, another one that is interesting, and this comes with a story as well. So you've got X-Men Fantastic Four #1, and this is a Scotty Young cover. A CGC 9/8 sale, 1,000 US this week, and there's only 6 of these on the census. Only 5 are 9/8 out of those 6. Now, it's interesting because I know Matt DeVoe from Cover Price within the email mentions, because I was checking the list, how people pretty much had to go through obstacles in order to get a copy of this cover. So there was things happening for San Diego Comic-Con. You had to have like a Marvel credit card subscribed and then go make the purchase and so forth. So it was tons of marketing behind that and obstacles. So the scarcity, I imagine. Well, now it makes sense to see that there's only 6 on the census.
Yeah, it does. I've seen this cover, like graphically. I've seen this cover, but I've never seen this book. I did not know it was that much. That is insane.
Yeah.
Wait, 2,100 on Comic Link last week?
Yeah, that's
when they were up.
The 230 sketch.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
But yeah, man.
Well, like the Cult of Spawn is a real thing, man. So
Yep.
yeah, 100%. But I believe that there's also some Scotty Young cult out there as well too, and I think I'm kind of a part of it. I would 100% get this book if I could.
Yeah.
But $1,000, I had no idea, dude. I had no idea there was that few on the census. 6, you said overall, and only 5 of them.
Yep. Only 5 or 9/8. I think the other one is a 9/6, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
that dog. That dog of a book.
His is even more scarce than a 9/6, but
I know, right? Just go like, I want 2,000 for it. It's even scarier. Scarier.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Right.
So pretty
it's
cool
long
book.
hike day.
Pretty cool book to see on the list. I had no idea this even existed. Now the Marvel made thing, that's pretty much where this push came from. So I think it was back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, tons of obstacles that people had to go through in order to get this, and it's a pretty cool cover, man. I know you love Scotty Young, as you said earlier, so I could totally see you dropping 1,000 on this.
I don't know if I'd drop 1,000, but man, I would definitely be thinking about it really super hard. Obviously, that means I would have had to have come across one of the possible 9.8s in the wild, or the actual 9.8 itself.
Yeah.
Which would be, if I saw it in the actual, if it's actually slabbed, I would probably be okay with that. But if it was just raw, I'd be like, we're gonna work on this. Let's haggle. But man, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
All right, man. So moving on from this book, here's the big cover price key of the week, the big sale. This was Incredible Hulk 340 newsstand edition. Dude, a CGC 98, $4,000 US. Now, for us in Canadian change, that is like well over 5,000 something, like maybe even six at this point, given the exchange rates. But um, heavy coin. But I understand the love, the passion for such an iconic cover, and of course, you know, the first appearance in a lower grade of Wolverine is not too far off. So,
Well, yeah, in that outfit, yeah. I mean, yes, it's
yeah,
just man, it is 100% a super dope cover.
yeah,
100%. $4,000. Man.
yep.
Everybody, I feel like there's still some people getting COVID checks. I don't know why I'm not. I would like to. If anybody knows somebody that's still giving out COVID checks, I would like to. I would like to get back on that list because that feels like COVID money to me, man.
Yep.
But wow, that's a gorgeous book. It is, yes, it is one of the Todd Father's greatest creations. I do concur. But geez,
Yep.
Louise, 4K.
In a newsstand. So there you have it, man. Big coin and Kamikaze. Yes, absolutely. A hard book to get in a 9.8. And clearly you won't get it for a very cheap price. So
Not anymore, man. Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
that was
Everybody's going to be asking now higher.
that was the market report for this week. Now, a question came up, and I want to ask you very quickly before we get into some of the news stuff. I think this is very fitting for the news. Somebody here asks, "Isn't this dude Rage Theo's bestie?" And of course, you guys have Comics and Chaos, and you were telling me a little earlier that you have some news to talk about.
Well, I mean, Comics and Chaos, yes, we do have our own channel here on YouTube. Theo and I go back a number of years. We've been hosting our channel, our show, since about January of this year. And we have our third sale with the Fantast collection. It is it is one of the most amazing comic book collections I have ever gotten to firsthand see, be a part of. And we are bringing our third sale to the community. There's I don't know if you're familiar with the Fantast collection. There was 3 large shipping containers, and I'm talking about like tanker shipping containers. I'm not talking like trailers on a semi. I'm talking about shipping containers. Like you send them across the ocean, right? They're the big boys, full of comics,
Nice.
baseball cards, Star Wars toys still in their boxes.
Awesome.
You know, memorabilia from the 30s until about 2006 was when he stopped collecting things, really, right? So there is everything in between, and he made a lot of bets, not always great, but the man had a lot of books, and when his son Darren inherited them, Darren decided to talk with his friend about making this documentary on this entire topic, Selling Superman, which, you know, is coming out in another year. But yes, shipping contains like the end of Iron Man 3, Michael Baker. Yes, 100%. And it's a fantastic story. This collection tore Darren's family apart 100%. If you're not familiar with it, go check it out at sellingsuperman.com. But we have the opportunity to bring a lot of those books that have not seen the light of day since the day they were purchased and put in their box. So a lot of people look for the fact that they think everything's a key, right? And there's tens of thousands of keys. 100%. A lot of them are still getting graded with CGC. But I know Matt Nelson's going to be taking a look at some things, and, you know, pre-screening wise, like you trying to keep to 9.8s, you know, and then Golden Age 8.0 and higher kind of thing. Then the rest of those will probably stay raw. But when you come to the runs, a lot of people can get the opportunity to get what would be considered to be a run filler, but you're talking like the most eye-popping colors that, like I said, there was a brick. This is a story that Darren told us. His dad would just get these shrink wrap bricks of books, no board backers, no bags, just the books shrink wrapped, and he would just toss them in the boxes. And Darren came across a brick of Giant Size X-Men one. and unwrapped it, sent it in. There was 10 of them. 8 came back as 9.8s.
Wow.
1 came back as a 9.6.
Holy
And
shit.
I believe there was a 9.4 was a dog out of all those books. They're like 10 giant-sized X-Men. Bro, it was a book. And that's just it, right? His dad would pick these up and they would go into a box and never, ever, 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 ever even be looked at again, let alone touched, but not even glanced upon. These things went into boxes and they went into storage, never to be seen again. And this collection is dramatic. And so, yeah, we'll be having a sale in 2 weeks, 4-day sale out at the collection directly. Flying Theo out here to Michigan, where I am. And we're gonna go cut it up with Darren and the crew again and get a bunch of books out in the community. COAs, if they're interested in the slabs, those are out there too. Ship a lot of international. But yeah, this is a cool way to get a book with a lot of lore behind it. Get it with that first ever CGC provincial label. Or you can look into just being happy like me. I'm happy with the COAs. I'm a raw guy. I like my books raw. I get some people like the slabs, but I love my books raw. So I've got one of the COAs along with it. It's actually written to the book, all the fun stuff. So it's pretty cool. If you guys are ever interested, obviously check me out, One True NerdKing on Instagram. These will be Instagram sales. We won't be doing this on YouTube. Won't be doing it on Whatnot, eBay, any of those things. This is an Instagram community thing.
Nice.
So we'll be doing it there.
There you go. So, of course, go check out in the description of this video. You can find One True NerdKing's handle directly to Instagram and go check that out. But
yeah, those will be 8 to 10 hour sales each day, dude, overnight. So we'll be starting at 8 p.m. and we'll stop at 5 or 6 a.m. That's pretty much the way we run.
All right. So lots of us won't be sleeping.
Brutal. It's brutal. It's brutal.
All right, man. So that was a very hot topic. And of course, we've got many more hot topics to discuss. Some news that dropped this week. So one last time, sir, I got to ask you, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, man. So like I said, some of the hot topics of the week, there's some that I filtered out because, of course, there's lots of rumors going around, especially around Deadpool 3, like we said throughout the show. But one of the first things that did drop, video game related, of course, and comic related. So THQ Nordic revealed that the Last Ronin video game trailer has dropped. I don't know if you saw it. It was a very subtle trailer, nothing big. It was pretty cool. But the game is being developed by Black Forest Games, Destroy All Humans. Yes, I don't know if you've seen Destroy All Humans, played Destroy All Humans, but these are your developers, man. And so far, from what we saw in this minor trailer, looks very cool. The theme sets, it pretty much mimics exactly the comic book. I loved The Last Ronin, but my fear is THQ Nordic. I can tell you openly, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan. Most of the games they've put out,
I don't know as much. You're a bigger gamer than I, so I'll take your word for it. I don't really know. I'm not as familiar.
But of course, seeing The Last Ronin now making its way to the video game scene, I'm pretty pumped about that. Apparently, it's going to have that God of War style, right? Open world, exploring and so forth going on. So I'm excited about that. Last Ronin, I don't know if you read it. Absolutely incredible. I think it's one of the best things that came out of Turtles in a little bit of time, man.
Well, it's the best thing that came out of Turtles recently.
Yes.
It took a long damn time for it to come out.
Yes, it did.
A long day. This was like Image in the 90s, waiting for each issue of this series to come out. It's just like next month. Oh no, another next week. No, next month.
Yep.
Next year.
Yep.
Okay. So I do. This is unfortunately one of those things where as soon as I found out who it was, I won't spoil in case there's anybody that hasn't read comics in the last 3 years watching the show. So I won't spoil anything. But I didn't finish the series almost out of spite. I was so mad. I bought the books. I got the books. I've got even a ratio of 1 or 2 of them. But I have still not finished that series just out of spite because I was so mad.
The delays
after the first issue. The delays had me going crazy, man. But just to shout out, hey Matt, it's good seeing you, brother.
Yes. Yes.
So yep, good seeing you, man.
And ironically, we were just talking about Matt a little earlier in the show within the market reports, putting out some great information. Always appreciative of cover price. But
Oh,
thank you for being
absolutely.
here, man. Greatly appreciate it.
Here.
Yep. But all
But yeah,
right.
no, I'm excited for this. I think that this would be an absolute bonkers, amazing game to get like a God of War style in. I I just wonder if it's possible for us to get it, you know. And
Yeah.
it's like you're saying too with THQ Nordic. I'm not entirely familiar with the company, so I can't say like, you know, oh, I've got faith in them or oh, I
Yeah.
don't. But at the same time too, I've seen really lots of great trailers for video games.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it looks like a phone app, right? You know, you're kind of like,
Exactly. Yep. That's where my fear stems from regarding The Last Ronin. And THQ Nordic, like I said, they've put out mediocre games, to be completely honest with you. I think one of their best one was Darksiders. And besides that, THQ in general was doing mostly wrestling games, right? And sports games and stuff like that. I don't know if you remember back in the day, Nintendo 64, No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, all that fun stuff. But yeah, man. So Last Ronin is making its way, and clearly they're teasing us, letting us know they're all in on this. So let's keep an eye out. All right, let's move on from this. Now, Gal Gadot is apparently not in the DCU. So I don't know if you saw this. Just last week, we saw her drop a video in an interview saying that she was going to be moving forward with Wonder Woman 3 under, you know, James Gunn and so forth. So very quickly, despite recent comments from Gal Gadot claiming DC heads James Gunn and Peter Safran told her they would develop Wonder Woman 3 together, sources with knowledge of the situation tell Variety that is not the case. According to the sources, a third Wonder Woman film is not in development at DC Studios, nor do Gunn and Safran have plans at this time for any Wonder Woman project in the DC universe. So this is pretty confusing, right? She's saying one thing, they're saying another. What the hell, right? And to be honest with you, the DC universe right now, just, you know, we've got Blue Beetle dropping, right? I believe that's I think out this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Comes out this week. It's coming out this week. Yes.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, I will be going to see that sneak preview night kind of scenario. Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, it's just rather confusing. Especially like I said, I've watched The Flash. I don't know if you have the cameo and so forth. It's a little puzzling. We don't know the direction of what anything is going in anymore in the DC universe, and it kind of seems they're a little puzzled too here with this. So you have the actress saying one thing, you've got the director saying another. I don't know.
You know, it's the DC is at critical mass of mess, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah.
I mean, James is still trying to take the helm and whatever direction it's going to be going in going forward. I know they wanted to have lots of grandiose plans of how to end the Snyderverse era concepts of what the universe was that they were in at the moment. I think The Flash was a crap show.
Yeah.
I was not impressed. I was pretty disappointed overall. Maybe I had some high hopes on it, but you know, in my mind, after seeing Wonder Woman 84, I'm okay not having another Wonder Woman movie. I think that it was one of the best female-led comic book movies of all time, Wonder Woman 1. I think that is one of the ultimate female comic book character, main character movie, number one for me in my heart, 100%. And I do see Gal as a fantastic Diana Prince. I love her as Wonder Woman, but I don't see the relevance, the need, or really the behind the scenes rumors and workings to really bring anything to fruition with this. To me, it's just wishful thinking of an actress looking for her next paycheck after whatever this new thing is with Netflix that she's doing, you know, hoping to get back into the studio and get some work lined up. But in my mind too, we're also in the middle of a strike. So, you know, maybe there was some conversations that were going on beforehand. And because of the writers' strikes, maybe there was some conversations about, well, maybe we could do something, but even if we could, we have no writers that we can reach out to right now. So there's nothing to actively develop to. So, I mean, you know, at the same time, is she a liar? Maybe not.
Maybe James Gunn and Safran are sending swerves. Maybe they want to keep it
Well,
hush.
but this is sources. James Gunn and Safran aren't walking out there and being like, she's full of shit. You know, they're not walking out there like this bee right now. They're not coming out and doing that.
Yeah.
These are sources, people with industry knowledge. So at the same time, could it be? Yes.
Yeah.
But am I excited for it? Honestly, I'm ready to leave everything about the DC previous universe behind.
100%. Hard reboot is what we need. But another thing we need in our lives is Uni X, man. Appreciate you being here, bro. Throwing up the X. One of my brothers, and I greatly appreciate him always coming to hang out. If you guys aren't following Uni X on Instagram, you're missing out. Always dropping tons and tons and tons of great information. But all right, man. Let's move on from Gal Gadot. Pretty much like what apparently DC is doing. So, dude, I don't know if you saw this. Andrew Tate launches Top G comic book. That's right. This man is launching a comic book. Now, no matter where you stand, check this, okay? On July 27, Andrew Tate announced his very own Top G comic series and revealed the stories about him fighting against the forces of the Matrix and corporate tyranny. In what appears to be a somewhat biographical story. Here's the kicker, though, okay? Check this. This book comes with a $97 US price tag. That is bonkers, absolutely bananas. I don't understand why. Like I said, you could love the guy, you could hate the guy, but I think we're all in agreement that price tag is wild.
This is just his own GoFundMe with an excuse to give some swag to his
Brand.
cult. You know, yes, please go away. This man needs to just disappear.
And dude, hold on. That $97 price tag is not the series. It's issue 1.
It's issue 1.
Yeah.
This to me is just, you know, he's publishing his
I love the comments right now.
He's publishing basically his own biblical, you know, graphic novel, because I don't think he would be articulate enough to write it as a book.
Yeah.
So in my mind, this is just 100% him just setting up a crowdfunding of himself in his defense, before trial, to make sure he's got enough money to pay for all of his lawyers or extradition charges. So I'm ready for this dude to just be gone.
Yep.
Yeah, this is all about a cult for me.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight this because the price tag is really what blew my mind. But anyways, I guess it'll be
Kingpin, 100%.
I have no idea. Maybe the scarcity will be there. But anyways, moving on.
You hope the scarcity will be there. You hope that nobody is buying this book. You hope that they only printed 5 copies. God, you hope. But unfortunately, this guy's too high on himself. Too high on his own supply.
But all right, check this. So the Mad Titan, Thanos, man, he's going to war with the Illuminati. So I don't know if you saw this news drop this week that Thanos versus the Illuminati is going to be taking place. The Mad Titan descends upon Earth to retrieve something he has lost, and the Illuminati must band together to stop him because they're the ones who hid it from him. So this neat homage here is done by Noto, Phil Noto, and I think it's awesome. Obviously paying homage to some Perez right there. It releases November 8th, 2023. It's going to be a 4-issue mini, and I'm kind of excited to see Thanos back here now with the Illuminati. I hope they don't get the same treatment as they did within Doctor Strange. 4 issues. I hope to see most of them last. But dude, I'm pumped, man. I think this is going to be a good read.
I'm interested in seeing this, especially from more of that Thanos perspective that we get with a lot of these series. So for me, I am interested to see where this one goes. And I love that cover too. I love that homage cover. I've got the OG in my in a slab. So yeah, that's definitely hot. I like that. I like
100%. That. And hold on, we've got some new faces popping into the chat. We've got Guy Forge in the house from Pressable Defects. Greatly appreciate him being here. What up, Canada? What up, US? Hope you're doing well, bro. But yeah, man, appreciate you being here. Thanos been dead in the MCU don't help out this series. Look, I'll be honest with you, I always agree, especially when it comes to stuff like this, Thanos related. But Thanos himself, I think all fans flock to it regardless, man. Of course, him being dead in the MCU is no fun, but I think people are pumped about this. Clearly, the chat's behind it, and I'm looking forward to it, man. There's a ton
We'll
of
see
great
where it is
comics.
after we'll see where Thanos is after Secret Wars too. You know,
True.
Unless what happens, which I've been praying for since the end of Infinity
Yeah.
well, after Endgame was a reboot. Unless that happens first.
Yeah.
But yeah, that who knows? Maybe he'll be back.
Not sure, Venom, just to answer your question, this is going to be a 4-issue limited series, so it's going to just be a mini series.
Nice.
All right. Let's move on from this news. Now, here we go again. Fantastic Four news, including Adam Driver. And apparently, he's going to be meeting with Marvel Studios after the strike. Now, again, this now ties to him being Reed Richards, which people stand divided. I see people liking this casting. I see people hating this casting. But let me show you. Right now, based off of rumors that we've been hearing, we've got Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, we've got Adam Driver as Reed Richards, and we've got Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. So
yeah, and I love that. I love that.
Yeah, you like this casting?
Do I love him specifically? I mean, am I mad? No.
Yeah.
Do I think there's better out there? Probably. For me, Adam Driver's a great actor, and I'm not going to say that he's not. You know, that would be crazy town.
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm not per se in love with him being this character. I am a Fantastic Four fan. I am a Reed Richards fan. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, but he was in that Stalker series on Netflix.
Yeah.
I actually, he was Blake Lively's boyfriend before Ryan Reynolds swooped in.
Yep.
Pete Bagley, I believe his name is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Pete Bagley fan, so I would be happier. And I think he looks a little bit more, in my opinion, Pete Bagley looks a little bit more on point with the age range that we're looking at here than Adam Driver, because Adam Driver is cool, but Adam Driver is like me older, you know, too. So it's just kind of like,
yeah, no, I feel, dude, I get what you mean by that. And before we dip a little further into this topic, I just want to give a shout out to Legion of Paper, because this is the first time I'm seeing them comment tonight. So I appreciate you guys being here and not going to get bent out of shape until the official statement is released. Of course, I totally agree with you here. House of Nerd Shows in the house. Guys, if you did, go check them out. Sub them up. They dropped a great show this morning at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So go sub them up. Hopefully we can get them on here very shortly. But dude, like I said, Vanessa Kirby, dude, she's a babe, 100%. I can see her as Sue Storm, and you've seen her obviously within Mission Impossible, the last one that just came out, and the one before that. Adam Driver, Uni dropped the comment, and I'm totally for it. The Maker stuff, I would love to see the Maker, because Adam Driver, seeing him as Reed, the good guy, and then seeing him as the Maker, I think that would be cool to see, and I think it would be awesome. I do see him as Doom, but I think it's fair. I think it's okay to go with the Mr. Fantastic route. Joseph Quinn busting the solo in Stranger Things, man. I think that's really what set him off career wise. But
he's gonna bring a whole new audience to Marvel, though.
Exactly. So I think that's absolutely great casting if they were to move forward. Now I'm also seeing that apparently the movie is going to be taking place within the 60s. I don't know what and how we end up in the 60s covering the Fantastic Four. I do have some ideas, which I don't want to dip into, because if we start going through theories, we'll be here all night. But, you know, there's rumors of the 60s, Galactus and so forth, which I think would tie into maybe Eternals and so forth. But if this takes place in the 60s, I think this is a great casting. So far from what we've got, pretty cool.
I think Adam Driver's a cool dude. I think he's a great actor, tremendous range. He can act his ass off. I still am a Pete Bagley fan. But I will say this, and a lot of people hate me for it, but I think Henry Cavill is the most badass possible Doom.
Yeah.
He's got the swag, he's got the looks, he's got the build, and then him being the good-looking man that he is when he gets scarred, going behind the mask, the shame of it, the anger,
Yep.
all those things. For me, in my mind, as soon as I heard the Henry Cavill rumor as Doom, I almost lost my because for me, in my mind, I could see it, because you could see all the poses with Superman putting his arms like this,
Yep.
and you can superimpose Doom over that body, looking just in the exact same pose.
Hell yeah, man.
To me, in my mind, every single time somebody even just whispers Doom, I'm just like, please God, Henry, please God, Henry, please God, Henry, please God, Henry. But for me, if Adam Driver was Doom, I'd probably be pissed. Not super pissed, but just because I've been having my heart set on Cavill. But for me, in my mind, he's still a tremendously great actor. If we could secure him, that means the script would have to be very good to get Adam Driver involved. It wouldn't be just because Adam doesn't just take money gigs. He takes acting gigs and things that he really likes. So if we did see the best thing to me that could come out of an Adam Driver signing as Reed Richards, that means the Fantastic Four script is tight. And it's looking good. So to me, that would be Pentultimate. If I don't see him on it and I see, Penn, I would still be very happy because I wanted Penn or whoever else in the role. But if I saw him pass a second time, because he didn't like the script the first time, if I saw him pass a second time, I would be concerned about the Fantastic Four again. So
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So tons of stuff coming out again related to Fantastic Four. We got Galactus news, and yes, somebody said it in the chat. That's exactly it. Apparently, Galactus is going to be the villain within the movie. It's supposed to take place in the 60s. We shall see. But clearly, I would say aside from Deadpool 3, a lot of talk regarding the Fantastic Four. And again, when it comes to casting, I don't give a shit who's playing it. As long as it's a good movie, I am all for this, baby. So let's do that. Galactus is being voiced by Antonio Banderas. I heard that too. I just can't see it. But hey, who knows? All right. Last topic to discuss tonight. Apparently, Marvel Studios' Nova project it's been scrapped, and that sucks. Now, scrapped. I don't know if it's totally scrapped. There's talks even that it's been placed on the shelf for a way future date. But I was kind of bummed out seeing this because I was hoping to get some Annihilation stuff on the big screen. Now, will we get Richard Rider? Are we going to get Sam Alexander? We still don't know. But for now, it doesn't look like we're getting any of that. So I think it's safe to say now with this news, for now, we ain't getting Nova.
I'm a big Buckethead guy. I love Sam Alexander. I am disappointed in this news, but at the same time, too, to me, Marvel's biggest issue isn't the fact that they let the Russo brothers use time travel as the fix for Endgame, which just basically unravels everything in any movie. But to me, the biggest issue is the fact that we have so many different plot arcs running at the same time. And the first superhero movie in my mind that saw too many plot arcs running at the same time was the Batman movies. Batman Returns specifically. There was a lot of plot. There was a lot of bad guys, a lot of plot arcs. It kind of got a little bit heavy in the middle. And then we saw in Batman Forever what happens really when there's too many of them that collapses. And to me, the MCU is collapsing in on itself because it's made too much to go out there and really make people care anymore. And to me, if we are waiting for a reboot of this universe, a kind of restart of sorts, getting to some good storytelling like we had at the beginning of those first phases, then I am here for it. If it was just shelved because we're putting in more trash to shovel down Disney Plus and other people's throats, then I'm very disappointed. But if that's because we're waiting for a better moment to introduce, I would 100% hope it's Sam Alexander. I feel like he would have a lot of connections. Ryder is 100, obviously the GOAT, the beginner. I wouldn't say the GOAT, excuse me. He was the beginning. But I feel like Sam would have a lot of connection as far as audiences go versus writer, in my opinion.
And of course, with what we have in the MCU character wise, right? We've got Kamala Khan. We could clearly get a champions thing going on, right?
I would love a Champions. We saw the Champions gym in Hawkeye. Remember, I remember them filming. My friend at the time was actually living in New York, and he took some physical pictures of Jeremy Renner and Haley filming, and you saw them filming out in front of a Champions gym. They changed the name on the building to that. So I would love for them there to be a Champions, but yeah, for me, it's got to be Sam. And if they're delaying because of that, cool. But seeing it canceled, that hurts, because honestly, too, the best thing about the Disney Plus shows has been the specials.
Yes,
me, right?
Dude, Werewolf by Night. It was
even
incredible.
the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special was good.
Yeah, it was good.
You know,
Kevin Bacon.
Right. And dude, we got Cosmo in an actual role, kind of geared us up for Cosmo showing up in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I got a little bit more excited about that.
Yeah.
But to me, in my mind, the specials were the way that Disney should have been approaching these things instead of these series, because we're just trying to drag out. We're trying to add in too much levity or too much long storytelling, into these plot arcs that really aren't that deep. And if they had been sticking to specials, I think it would have gone a lot better. And Sam's was supposedly going to be one of those specials, from what I had heard last, rumor wise, and I'm probably outdated. But if that were the case, man, I hope it's not a Disney Plus series that they bring it back as. I hope it's like a special or a movie, because this is a better introduction in my mind.
I'm all for it. And from what we heard out the gate, when there was news about, Nova coming to the MCU, it was a lot of this is going to be a special presentation, and I thought that would be absolutely incredible. Now it seems that it's been shelved, and I do want to answer a question here, because Legion of Paper asked a great one. So where would Nova have been inserted to if he was introduced? I think realistically there was a missed opportunity with Guardians of the Galaxy. In fact, I actually thought that watching Guardians of the Galaxy 1, with the destruction of Xandar and everything coming from Thanos, Infinity War, and so forth, that was a good opportunity. I think a post-credit scene or anything, just even a reference that there is an existence of Nova, he survived, I think that would have been a good place to put that in, right? So
I think to me, introducing Adam Warlock was stupid. I think they could have had one of the last members of the Nova Corps tracking down the Guardians as a bit more, even a more plausible concept in my mind, right? Yeah. This is some of the last people to have the Infinity Stones. Like Gamora was one of the daughters of Thanos. Plus, there was plenty of great reasons to have, in my mind, a Ryder or a Sam being one of the main people actually tracking them down, like we had in the beginning, right? As one of the last members of the surviving Nova Corps.
Yeah.
To me, Adam Warlock was just kind of like, one of the most boring dudes in my mind from my young comic book reading childhood. I wasn't super impressed. So I you're right. It would have been a much better place to insert him. And it would have been in the Guardians, but I mean, is it going to be with some kind of crossover with some of the old new Guardians, kind of thing in a special? I don't know, but it would be interesting. Right now, though, bringing Sam Alexander in with Blue Beetle coming out right now would feel a little
redundant.
Yeah. This is where we get into the whole Namor versus Aquaman. One existed before the other one, and otherwise people are just always kind of like, oh, look, it's a ripoff of so and so, because people don't understand comics or movies. But then again, they ripped each other off in comics all the time. I don't know, man. I don't know. It would have been hard to intro.
For sure. But again, like I said, I think it was a missed opportunity with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think we could have gone a different route, play it out, start planting the seeds, let it be known that Nova does exist after the destruction of Xandar, especially once we got to Infinity War and so forth. So there was opportunity. Did they take it? No, and probably with reason. So is what it is. But that was the news, the hot topics, and not only are we going to start saying our goodbyes to each other and the chat, we also have some people who popped in a little late, but we will say hi regardless. W Vogs, man, appreciate you swinging by. I actually got to see W Vogs on a show today. He was with Durs, and it was the first time. I even commented that I saw him without his Lowe's gear. That's right. I always see him on Spine Ticks with those little videos, and it's pretty awesome. And of course, Hoodrat, man, there he is. Hoodrat,
Ian.
yeah, man, absolute gem within this community. Greatly appreciate him. So thank you for swinging by, showing some love, some support. Now, before we go, guys, I just want to remind you that next Sunday we've got Matt Forge from the Pressable Defects swinging by. So we have a big stacked episode. Defects are making their way back to the YouTube scene this coming September. And now, for those watching live, for those watching the replay, I'm looking at you. Let me know in the comment section who you want to see on the show. As you can see, the guests are flowing. We're having a great time. So drop a comment. Let me know. Hit me up. We will send invites as much as possible. It's already looking stacked, but we're having fun. We're what? 12 episodes in, and I'm very appreciative to have you, Phil, hop on today.
I appreciate myself, dude. I'm honored.
Shout out to Lefteros for hooking this up, putting us together. I had a great time, man. I had a great time. You spoke briefly on what's coming. Let us know, man, because you're crushing it. I think you put out some of the best meme videos on Instagram.
Oh, well, that's been because I've been lazy lately. It's been hard to find time to write content.
Yeah.
I have a very busy job. So there's a recent promotion there. I have a daughter going through chemotherapy right now, so we spend a lot of time going in and out of places. So for me to get to make my content all the time consecutively has been hard. So I've been throwing in memes, and it's definitely been great. I mean, I've got to 15K now. I'm doing a 15K giveaway. I'm giving away essentially it'll be announced, but it'll be a short box of books. Oof. As well as the Daily Bugle Lego set.
Nice.
Familiar with
that?
That's
awesome. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So this bad boy right here will be going with a short box and some other small things to one lucky follower in about a month. I'm going to have it's going to be up for a while. Then, we've got a number of sales. We've got a couple of other things coming that are in the pipeline that we can't really talk about yet, but lots of good and big things on the way. There's some new content coming, working on some new collaborations, got some new partners coming in. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that things have gone well, even with your work promotion, because you got to find a way to pay for these comics. And shout out to your little one, the warrior, kicking ass, doing her thing. Much love, obviously. Anything you guys need, definitely reach out to me, man. I can't say enough.
We're blessed with a wonderful community, blessed with a lot of great people. The support has been tremendous over the time. And I'm excited to hopefully share good news sometime soon, with that. But until then, we're just day by day. Yep. And she's doing the best that any kid could, So I'm proud of her 100%. 100%.
Hell yeah, man. Michael Baker wrench for face, 100%. The wrench has been given. So there you go. Guys, that was the show. Phil, thank you again. It was a pleasure hanging out with you. Chat, greatly appreciate all of you. Those of you catching the replay, show some love, drop some comments, and like I said, let me know who you want to see next. Until next Sunday, have a good week, guys.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.